I find it interesting that one of the most anticipated monster movies of the year comes out a few days after Halloween. Boy, it sure seems like this should have come out in October, but it's here now, and better late than never. Everybody, I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy, and today let's talk about Predator Badlands.
So this is your first hunt. And you've come to the most dangerous planet in the universe. You're after a creature that can't be killed. The definitive apex predator. I could help you. Well, good luck with your journey.
In Predator Badlands, we meet Dek. Now, he is a predator alien from the planet of Yautja. Now, predators, if you know them, they are vicious killing machines, except that Dek is a bit of a runt. And in fact, he's so weak that his father orders him to be killed. But Dek escapes with the help of his brother, and he goes to the planet of Jenna, a place where everything can kill you. This planet is seriously like the science fiction version of Australia, except everything's on steroids. It's kind of a fun bit at the beginning where you see a little creature come out of the sand and is immediately eaten up by another creature, and then that creature is eaten, and then that creature is eaten, and then a motorbike rolls over the other one. And it's like, yeah, everybody's going to die in this movie. Now, Dek isn't doing too well until he meets Thea, who's played by Elle Fanning. She's a synthetic being who's had her legs literally ripped off by one of those creatures that wants to kill you. It turns out that Dek wants to bag one of those creatures that wants to kill you because he wants a trophy to show his father that he's not worthless. So he puts Thea on his back like a half-robot backpack, and together they head off for some science fiction fun. Now, the first thing you may notice is that Predator Badlands is rated PG-13, and fans of the franchise will know that every single Predator movie is rated R, because these predators are killing machines, and there's always a lot of blood that goes flying and body parts get... I mean, these are creatures that literally rip people's heads and spinal columns out of their bodies. That's not the stuff of PG-13. But in this movie, everybody in the movie is either a monster or a synthetic being. So nobody has red blood. So we see green blood every time a predator gets stabbed, and we see lots of white and blue goo every time a synthetic being has its head ripped off, but it's not red, so it doesn't get an R rating. And I gotta tell you, the action here, besides that weird point that it's red blood that gets people up in arms over whether it's an R or PG-13, well, the action though is really violent, really satisfying. I was surprised at how much this film kind of felt like an R-rated movie, even though we weren't, seeing actual humans being killed. If you have some bloodlust in your heart, though, there's plenty here that should keep you happy. Now, I would say that the best part of this movie comes down to the world building and the visual images. These guys, as directed by Dan Trachtenberg, and he and his filmmaking team have created this incredible world. The visuals are stunning, and the cinematography is great, and all the creatures, all the monsters that want to kill you, they're very unique and interesting to look at. And boy, I could have spent hours just watching this world. I think it's really good world building. And in a science fiction outer space movie, that's kind of a basic. If you can get that right, you can get half the movie right. Now, with all those monsters, you get some really good monster-on-monster action sequences here. This is an action movie for about half the time, maybe a little less, but it's very satisfying stuff here. We get these giant beasts, and we get to see the Predator face off against that beast, but we also get to see him, face off against little tiny things, like a little plant that shoots out poison darts and whatnot. And it's kind of different versions of peril and danger that he has to face off. It's very, it's very good here, and I especially like towards the end of the movie where it's the Predator and a couple of friends facing off against an army of synthetic beings. All of them, they have laser rifles, and the Predator has all these primal weapons, and it's very satisfying to watch them just tear through all those synths. It's a lot of fun. Now, if the film has an issue, and I know a lot of Predator fans have taken issue with this, it's that this is not a typical Predator movie. I mean, one, they took issue with the monster design. Well, remember, Dek is supposed to be the runt of his clan, so he can't be quite as big and robust as the other Predators. And the other Predators we do seem to be a lot more like the original Predator design. So I think that's unfounded. But the other thing is the Predator is the hero this time around. He's the protagonist. And that's not, the Predator is always the villain, the bad guy, the monster you have to beat. So it's a different type of movie. And it's a buddy comedy at times. He spends this movie with Elle Fanning strapped to his back half the time. And she is frequently cracking jokes or just, making the film, giving it some levity here. There's also a cute sidekick character, an animal little character that follows along with him. It's adorable. Adorable is not what you think of when you think of a Predator movie. I can tell you, I think it works, but I do understand if you are a fan of the Predator movies, if you want those ultra-violent, monster films, this film is not one of those films. It's more of a typical, survival story done by a Hollywood studio. So ultimately, I do think Predator was a lot of fun. I thought it looked great. I liked the creature design. I liked the story. But I do agree with those guys. If you're looking for an extension of the Predator franchise, this one seems to soften it quite a bit because we're trying to, like I say, humanize, but give the Predator some anthropomorphized, feelings and growth potential stuff. And so it's not a very solid film in the Predator canon, but it is a very engaging and exciting movie. I think general audiences will love it. Fanboys might hate it. General audiences will have a lot of fun. I give Predator Badlands 3 stars out of 4. Now, director Dan Trachtenberg has said that he wants this to be a trilogy, and this one certainly sets up a sequel, right? The last shot here. And so, I don't know if I really need to see it so quickly, but, Trachtenberg, who's made the 3 of the last Predator movies here, he's on a roll. All of those movies I've really enjoyed. So, yeah, I'm ready to go with him for yet another one, apparently for 2 more Predator movies. I'm there. I want to see what happens next. But what about you? Do you want to see more Predator movies? Feel free to comment below. And of course, subscribe to my channel so you get all of my reviews just as soon as they come out. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to my podcast. It's called Two Movie Guys. Every week, my friend Joe Fryer and we get together and we chat about all of the week's big new movies, and we chat in more detail and depth than I have time to get to in these YouTube videos here. So it's called Two Movie Guys, wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, we're just getting started, and next up we're going to go from Predator monsters to human monsters in the form of Nazis. We'll be talking about Nuremberg next. See you then. Bye.